Warsaw and Krakow, the two most popular cities in Poland. But which one should you visit? In order to find out, I made a list of sites I want to see and activities I want to do in each city to discover which city is worth your money. And to explore all these places, I'm joined with my Polish friend that is eager to convince me that Krakow is the better choice. But we'll see about that. But first up, Krakow.
It's a cold, sunny morning today in Krakow, and we're heading to get some breakfast.
Starting off the day in a cute cozy cafe is the way to go. The Cytat Cafe, or Cafe Cytat. Very charming and snug inside, with lots of books that you can actually buy, and some of them are on sale. If you have seasonal depression, this place will cheer you up. I got myself a little cappuccino. Always be first-rate version of yourself instead of second-rate version of somebody else. Oh, that's cute. And a breakfast bagel. In total it was €13.50. Yes, I'm gonna do this in euros because my card automatically translated the currency and this currency is more widespread. Overall it was good. The coffee was a bit sour though, and the bagel bread was a bit tough to eat, but I'll give this a 7 out of 10 for the vibes.
The breakfast was great, the coffee was a little bit sour, but now we're heading to our first site of the day, which is the castle. The Wawel Castle? Wawel.
Just like any other European landmark, this one has a lot of history dating back to the 11th century.
So this is the castle courtyard. It looks very nice, very white, very archy, very cute.
Now it serves as a museum and you can walk around here for free, appreciating the mixture of architecture styles from Gothic to Renaissance to Baroque. Plus nearby you can also see the Walk of Fame with Benedict Cumberbatch. It is cool, but like, why though? It is quite random. Is he Polish?
No.
And also you can see the Dragon's Den that spits fire every 5 minutes. It's pretty cool. Next to the Wawel Castle, there's also the Wawel Cathedral. But not only do you have to pay to see it, it is also pretty popular, as you can see. So for the checklist, we will visit another cathedral that my friend said that it's better, or well, prettier inside. So I would say the castle gets a 8 out of 10. Cute and simple, don't feel like going inside. A great thing about Krakow is that everything is pretty close by. So a few steps away from the castle, we found ourselves in the old town, or the town square.
I would say so far, I get the vibe that this is a very old European city, based on the architecture, based on the vibes. It looks really nice.
Here you can find the marketplace, a parking spot for horses, and like so many pigeons. They're all just hanging out here. And last but not least, you can also find the church that we wanted to visit here. To visit certain parts of the basilica, you also have to pay, but we managed to get a peek in. And well, it does look pretty.
The cathedral was very nice. Unfortunately, they had the service, so I felt a bit rude going in there, but a lot of people were going in there. I'm still sorry about that, but pretty cathedral. Thumbs up.
So I'm gonna give the church a 7 out of 10 and the town square an 8 out of 10. It's pretty standard European stuff, I would say.
Somehow I already collected 10,000 steps. And it's only 12. So I think it's time to sit down somewhere.
And my friend suggested to go to a tea house. I have developed somewhat of a curse, which prevents me drinking caffeinated tea after 1 o'clock. And my favorite teas are black and green. Thankfully, it was just 12 o'clock, so we took ourselves some blackberry tea. I mean, well, berry black tea. Not blackberry tea, it's just the tea is black and it's with berries.
For €5, you get this pot of gold.
I want to love this place, but somehow they messed up the one thing that they're selling. They brewed it too strong. So 6 out of 10. Otherwise, it would have been a 10 out of 10. But we both felt the caffeine entering our bloodstreams, which I'm not sure if we wanted that.
I feel like the caffeine is kicking in.
It was dinner time, and for dinner we decided to go to the Hala Forum. Not long ago this used to be an abandoned hotel, and now it's renovated in an all-in-one place where you can grab some food and chill out. At the time I was craving a wrap, so I got myself a gyros with halloumi. This was €9.30. It was good at first, since I was hungry, but then it got a bit too cheesy and too much. And then for €16, we got ourselves a liter of mimosa. Yo, look at that! That's just ginormous! I never felt so adult before.
Cheers.
the food was a-okay, but the vibes were kind of off. I mean, it looks like a vibey place, but the arrangement of the tables makes it feel so uncomfortable for some reason. It's too chaotic and also too empty in some places. Something is off. So, I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. Overall, today was a good day, but we were a bit unlucky with the food and drink department. Hopefully tomorrow will be better.
We are heading to a museum.
Krakow has many museums to choose from, many educational, historical, and art related. But we're going to a museum that's a bit further away from the city, and that is the Arcade Museum.
That was indeed a dance workout.
For 1 hour you have to pay 11 euros 65 cents. And let me tell you, the hour just flies by. Granted, some of the machinery may be a little bit faulty and broken, but there's so many of them to choose from. I can highly recommend this museum. I had more fun than I even expected. But be warned, there are many children, which, well, makes sense. If I was a child, I would also want to go here. So this museum gets a 9 out of 10. Going to that museum was a great start to the day. And now we're heading to the free activity of Krakow.
Even though we're both kind of tired from yesterday, we decided to go to a park to potentially feed some squirrels. Maybe? We'll see.
Apparently this park is known for having squirrels. More specifically, the fact that you can give some nuts to squirrels and they're super friendly. For this very reason, we bought some nuts to give to some squirrels.
Hello! Hello! That's a big squirrel.
Unfortunately, there was barely any squirrels around. We sat down and began squirrel watching. And unfortunately, we didn't see any squirrels, but we did befriend a pigeon. Let's disregard the fact that I almost killed him because I gave him too big of a piece, but then we gave him some small pieces. To be fair, today was Sunday, so there were a lot of people in the park, and probably the squirrels already got their share. So overall, I would say like a 5 out of 10. It's a cute park, made some memories there, but no squirrels were fed. It's time for some lunch, and what better thing to do for lunch than getting Polish food? Often dubbed as the Polish pizza, we're getting ourselves a zapiekanka. It's like a big baguette with many toppings on it. When it comes to enjoying the best zapiekanka, in Krakow, there's no better place than Plac Nowy? How do you pronounce that? Plac Nowy. And it's also located in the historical Jewish quarter. They have many zapiekanka stalls and so many lines of people. Since their reviews are kind of similar, we just chose one based on their logo. And this one seemed the goofiest. After standing in line for like 15 minutes and waiting another 15 minutes, we finally got the goods.
Wow! Look at it, it's so big.
I somewhat instantly regretted taking the big one, but I was really hungry. This one is the Krakow style with pickles, ham, chives, and honey mustard.
I was worried that the baguette is gonna be so hard. It's actually super soft and crunchy. But it's really big. Honestly, I'm scared I'm not gonna finish it. I saw the small ones and I'm like, oh, maybe I should have taken the small one.
This gets a solid 8 out of 10. This summer, for some reason, I was just obsessed with cocktails. And the obsession somewhat continues. And from a friend I got a suggestion to visit a cocktail place with the name Mr. Black. And let me tell you, it was quite a place to be. The atmosphere is like a secret gentleman's club where you and your rich Monopoly business friends smoke cigars inside. It made me feel important in some way. Their cocktails are based on ancient civilizations, like the ancient Greeks, the ancient Slavs, the Celts, the ancient Japan, the Mayan civilization. So I took myself a Imperial Dynasty of China drink, which consisted of a bowl and a glass. Do I drink this separately? I was confused on how am I supposed to drink it. I mean, separately they're good.
Both taste good. I think this is just champagne with boba. So I was told you can drink it separately and you can mix it. So I'm gonna try and mix it. Okay, let's try. I mean, it's just good. I don't know. It tastes good. That's all I can say.
Nothing too crazy, just a nice little drink. I think it was the first time I drank a cocktail from a bowl. It's not good or bad, it's just a thing that I did, I guess. And my friend took the Mayan civilization, also not that bad. And then they also serve non-alcoholic versions that are half the price. So I took this little skull from the Mochi civilization, or Mochi? I have to say all of these drinks were great. I would say my favorite one was the skull.
It's non-alcoholic, but it tastes alcoholic. Or it smells alcoholic? I don't know. It's a little bit kind of like drinking a cappuccino because of the foam. It's quite nice actually. And it's so silly.
And my friend took the Polynesian tribe drink.
Ooh la la. Very tropical. Very fun. Matches the cup.
I appreciate the presentation and the taste was great. The atmosphere was amazing. Overall, I would give this a 10 out of 10. I can recommend this place.
We're heading to Warsaw today. Cut to the montage. And we're here. We made it. Now it's time to find our hotel. It's the next day, and we're heading yet again to get some breakfast.
Last time my friend visited Warsaw was 10 years ago, so her and I are both excited to see what the city has to offer. Since Warsaw is a big city, the first thing we did was got ourselves a day ticket for public transport, because the first stop on our list is a cafe located in the skyscraper part of the city. New York! And here's the bakery cafe of my choice. We got ourselves a focaccia with veggies and a caramel popcorn circle croissant and a cappuccino. Look how pretty it looks.
The focaccia is great. The coffee is also good. I just wish they were not lukewarm. Both of them are not warm enough. I want my coffee to be boiling hot. Or at least, a bit warmer. And they were heating this up, but it's not warm at all. But it tastes good. The bread is really nice.
Time to try the croissant.
That was so intense. I felt like a sugar rush rushing through me. It was good. I'm glad that we shared it because for one person, that's way too much sugar.
The place was cute and the food was great, but I wish it was just warmer. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Now, since we got some energy from the coffee and the sugary croissant, we're taking the metro to head to the old town.
The city really feels like a big city because all the buildings are so big, it makes you feel really, really small. I mean, look at this. It's so big and I'm so tiny. Like there's so much space. Look at all this space.
Not only is Warsaw big, but its aesthetic is very interesting because the city was almost fully destroyed in World War II. So a lot of it was rebuilt. And it looks quite nice, maybe even too nice. The city center is super colorful, but it also feels like a video game. It just looks too polished. But I do like the town square. It's surrounded by very cute looking houses and, as I said before, very colorful. A 9 out of 10 for the overall appeal.
Well, and we found the castle. Let's see how it compares to the Krakow castle. Well, it's very pink.
Cute, simple, in the middle of the city center, so I appreciate that. But for some reason today it was just surrounded by teens. Like, did all schools just decide to have a field trip today? I didn't film many of them because it just feels weird. But oh my god, so many groups of teens, many of them filming TikToks. The castle is cute, but really nothing special, at least on the outside. So 6 out of 10, I would say. In the window.
Here. Yeah, I was thinking way above.
We're both a bit tired, so it would be a perfect time to get some tea. But unfortunately, the tea store only opens at 1. So we still have like 1 hour to spare.
So in the meantime, we looked at some souvenirs, we walked around a little bit more, and at 1 o'clock sharp we were there to get some tea. The place was very zen. Meditative music playing in the background and very dim lighting. It was sometimes difficult to see things. Since it is 1 o'clock, I cannot get a black tea to compare, because otherwise I will not be sleeping tonight. So we got ourselves a pear infusion, and for the teapot it was 6 euros. For an infusion it was quite good. Even though I have to say that the place is quite cool, personally I was a bit disappointed. Simply because I'm still salty that it opened so late. But I would still recommend this place, even though I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. At this point I was pretty hungry. So much so I started seeing walking Polish dumplings on the street. Where is he going? So we went to get some. We didn't fully know where to get the best pierogi, but since we were pretty hungry, we just picked a decent one nearby. They have a very touristy, traditional looking atmosphere and a big menu with Polish food. We only got the pierogi, which you can also mix and match. So I got myself some with meat and some with mushroom filling with sour cream on the side. They were a-okay. I'm a bit biased because pelmeni is the ultimate dumpling for me, but also based on my Polish friend's review, she said she has had better. So I would give this like a 6 out of 10.
Finally got some energy back and we're heading to another cocktail bar.
The place has a big menu, so many interesting cocktails, and I got myself a Charlie Chaplin. It was like drinking juice. Kinda dangerous, but I really liked it. My friend got herself an airplane cocktail. It felt much stronger compared to mine, but she liked it. Then we shared an ancient Japan cocktail, again civilization themed, and it was so herbal. If you love herbal, maybe this is for you. Whoa, it's very herbal. But I'm not a too herbal girl, so it was interesting though. This gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Don't get me wrong, the cocktails were good, but we had to pay for our water, unlike the last place, and we were seated very close to the bar, so I wasn't too comfortable to film. So far, I feel like Warsaw is not holding up, but maybe tomorrow we'll change that.
Okay, so there's a couple of things we need to do today to finish up the list. We need to go to a museum, we need to do something for free, we need to go to a palace, so let's start with the palace. And we're here. This is the palace. I think. It looks quite small. I thought it's gonna be quite bigger than it is. But the park is really cute.
They must be somewhere here. Oh my god, I saw it! Oh my god, another one! Oh my god! Oh my god. No. I feel like this one was a little bit shy and scared, so he didn't dare to approach me. But then this one appeared. A very confident little fella. Hmm? Oh my god! Oh my god, that is so cute!
That was the cutest thing ever! With his little hands taking the little nuts. Was so cute. I mean, it's probably because also there's not a lot of people today. Today's Wednesday. Nobody's here on a Wednesday morning.
The palace might be a little bit underwhelming, but the park where the palace is located, oh my god, it brings it up to a 10 out of 10. Not only the squirrels, but the area just is nice to walk in. They also have a small little Chinese garden and a protest nearby. So lots of things are happening in the park.
The palace was a great start to our morning, and now we're heading to the place we didn't get to see yesterday because we were too tired, and that is the botanical garden. The rooftop botanical garden.
The rooftop botanical garden is located on top of the Warsaw University Library. The library itself looks really cool. Industrial vibes mixed with plants. If you go through this building and to the right and keep heading upwards, you'll find
the rooftop garden. Here's the roof, and here's the garden. Looks nice. Looks cool.
It's a very cute and romantic place, and you can see the library from above. Even though it's the middle of October, some plants are still alive, and it makes it look very nice.
I mean, look at this view. It looks so nice, no? And it's free.
Honestly, another 10 out of 10. I mean, who can beat a free to visit location? That also looks nice. Warsaw riding on a really good high, it's time to visit another museum. And again, Warsaw has a lot of museums to choose from. Starting from historical, to educational, to neon sign. I decided that we're gonna go to the Cosmo Museum, because the pictures looked pretty cute. The entrance was €9.30. And oh my god, I made such a big mistake. I didn't realize that this is an illusion museum. And those are pretty fun the first time, or if you have children. But I've been to one of these already, and this one doesn't seem even that impressive. I would say on camera it looks a little bit better than it is. Based on the pictures on their website, I thought it's gonna be like a light audiovisual interactive installation museum that you can find in Berlin. I've never been to one of those and I wanted to go, and I made a huge mistake. This is a 4 out of 10. We should have went to the Neon Sign Museum instead. Last but not least, we had to get some food. And for food, of course, we're going to a food hall. And Warsaw has at least 2 food markets, and we're going to the Hala Koshiki. It has 22,000 reviews. And let me tell you, the place looks really nice, especially compared to the food hall in Krakow. It just felt better spread out. There were many stalls to choose from, but I was really craving a burger, and I decided to get a burger from this place. Honestly, on Google it didn't have a promising rating, but most of these places didn't. So I still got myself a cheeseburger and some fries. The burgers were a solid okay, and the fries are a bit undersalted. I think in general in food halls the food is alright, at least the 2 ones that we went to, but at least here the vibes are a bit vibier. So that's at least something. I understand now why the burgers don't have amazing ratings. For this food hall, I would give it a 7 out of 10. If I could turn back time, I would still come here and maybe order something different. But it's a cute, trendy and vibey place. What can I say? So it seems like Krakow is in the lead by just a few points, but there's still one last activity I did in each city that can change everything. And that is looking for an ugly postcard. If you know me, you know that graphic design is my passion and also my job, so design holds a special place in my heart. I love seeing good design, but I also love finding design so bad that it's actually good. So that's what I'm looking for in an ugly postcard. In Warsaw, I had a hard time finding the right one. There were many options and great contenders, but none of them really stood out to me. Here is a collection of honorable mentions, but I would say this one was the one that caught my eye. When I showed it to my dad, he said, I don't like it. And yeah, I agree with him. It has something to it. There was thought put into this postcard because everything is quite consistent. You can see the main sites of Warsaw cut out with the little title of what it is. But then you have this big 3D yellow pin that says I love Warsaw for no particular reason. I would give this postcard an 8 out of 10. It is beautifully ugly and it left a mark in my memory, so that's why I had to purchase it myself. On the other hand, when it comes to Krakow, it really didn't take long for me to find the one. To be honest, it felt like it found me. And without any further ado, here it is. I've never seen such a masterpiece of a postcard before. It looks like they tried to put every single thing they could about Poland in this little space. And why is there an eagle here? Do eagles live in Poland? I thought it was like an American thing. It doesn't specifically say Krakow on the postcard, but it does say on the back. So I would say this is a postcard from Krakow. And let me tell you, this takes the cake, because this is one of the most beautifully bizarre postcards I've seen in my entire life. I just had to buy it the second that I saw it. This postcard gets a 10 out of 10. I would give it a 12 out of 10, if that would be even possible. I'm very glad that I own this now. Now I'm gonna put it on my wall. So based on my very objective rating that nobody can argue with, Krakow takes the #1 spot. And I believe my friend is gonna be very happy about that. Generally, I would say Krakow is a nice place to visit if you're looking for an old European-esque city to visit. It has a lot of charm, it has a lot of sights, but not too many things that you get overwhelmed, and everything is in walkable distance. Warsaw, on the other hand, is a big city, a big capital European city. If you're looking for something like that, with many skyscrapers, with many bars and options, perhaps a better party scene, then Warsaw is the place to be. By the way, here's the overall money that we spent in each city in this video. Obviously, we had other expenses like a bar of chocolate or something else. Plus, this is how much we spent for accommodation. In Krakow, we stayed in a really nice hotel, so that's why it's a bit more expensive. And in Warsaw, we stayed in a hostel. Besides that, there's much more to these cities than just a few things you saw in the video. For example, in Krakow, you can visit the salt mines that I've heard is a very cool experience. And in Warsaw, I actually found a lot of cool looking postcards and souvenirs. And I got myself this nice looking postcard. I really like the illustrations and the colors. So I'm very happy that I got this one as well. So that's it for the video. Happy to have you here, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Oh my god, look at this one. What is happening? Oh, this is actually amazing.
This is ugly one.
This is really good.